race pretty darn good.
Uh-oh, Kyle caught up. The field accordion's back.
Whoa, man.
Trouble. Stewart in the wall.
Here we go. Here we go.
Robbie Gordonson at the 33. Harvick is around.
Here we go, guys.
The big one.
It's a matter of time. At least 20 cars.
Trouble, turn one, hard, a car in the wall, and spinning down to the bottom. There's going to be 10 or more cars involved. Johnny Benson.
Darrell, I believe the 12 car, Ryan Newman, looks like he was out of shape, maybe starting to get loose by himself.
And Newman almost flipped over.
Remember, he had that hard crash at Daytona where he got on his roof back in February.
I can't imagine that there wasn't some sort of contact that started that, because that looked so violent. Man, that car was almost on its top right there. It hit that wall a ton.
Rusty Wallace, his teammate, the 2 cars involved.
As they come through, watch for the last 2 cars, which I believe, there's Earnhardt Jr. up high getting through with Schrader and Tony Raines. Jr. and Raines are the last 2 to get through from Rusty Wallace.
That was Ryan Newman's tire right there bouncing over the fence.
There's Dale Jr. right there. Look at him.
I think he got just a little bit of damage on that.
Trouble in turn 3, a huge multi-car crash, and they are still piling in. There's Kenny Wallace down on the apron. Derek Cope, Jeremy Mayfield, Rusty Wallace among those involved. Rusty getting a push from Terry Labonte. What triggers this?
Let's see what happened over here. Yikes. Looked like the 20 car made some contact with the 97 getting into 3 over there, and boy, you can see the results.
And Darrell, that happened down low. A lot of those cars were going high, but Kurt Busch went up the racetrack right there. That got about 6 or 8 of them.
Took a pretty hard lick too. Looking down to the inside, just not quite enough room there, buddy.
And up he comes. There's Riggs getting tipped down to the apron, and everybody just swallowed up as those 33-degree bankings clean themselves of cars. They slide down into those who were trying to take evasive.
Saw Kenny Wallace in the 0-0 car hit that outside wall very hard. Remember, they just installed the safer barriers.
And just remember, what goes up has to come down, and they go up, hit the wall, and then down the hill they come.
Junior and Riggs together right there, the 10 car. 8 get together.
But still no major wreck. Junior currently running 6th. And the last time we had everybody.
Whoa, I've got trouble right there. Mike Wallace is around right there. Along with Matt Kins is also.
And this will take some people out of the race, no doubt, Mike.
And Jeff, that was right at the same point in the pack. Scott Riggs got turned up to the high side. And look how many cars pile in.
I'm seeing 11 cars here on the backstretch. This is 11 cars. I don't think that we're involved.
The accident happened at the exact same point on the racetrack where Riggs got up and Dale Jr. 1 lap ago, the one you saw on replay.
Dale Jr. goes to the middle. That shoots the 10 up the outside here.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson up into Mike Wallace.
Got into the 40. The 48 got into Mike Wallace, and that's all it took.
It was on from there.
Watch the 4 car. Watch it wiggle. See the 4 car start to get loose right there. See the back coming around, and that turns the left front into the right rear of the 48 car, and that's what started the whole thing.
Let's listen to Junior's onboard, see if that helps determine what happened here.
3 wide.
Heights, there they go, there they go. There we go.
On the 9th lap of the Aaron's 499, a crash in turn 3. Working up the high side, Kenny Schrader involved, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex. This is Ryan Newman.
There they are.
5 wide.
There's just so many cars in so little space. Oh, the 5 got loose and got in the 12.
and then collects Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car. Mark Martin nowhere to go. Sterling Marlin in the 14 car there. Looks like about a dozen cars. A lot of them just nowhere to go.
There's just so many here. They're so tight right in there. The 99 gets into the 5.
Yes. Gets into the left rear.
Gets him loose and sends him up the hill in front of everybody.
The 99 had Brian Vickers passing under him.
Under him. It's just too many cars in so little of a space.
But this is what we talked about just a couple of laps ago. Plenty wide enough for 4 or 5 wide, but if somebody just touches someone, this is the result.
Kyle and trouble. A spin in the trial. Michael McDowell has spun. The white flag is out.
No caution. No caution.
If he can get out of the racetrack, we shouldn't have a caution.
Kyle Busch
still leading.
Oh,
trouble. A big one.
Much worse.
Turn 2.
48.
Keep rolling.
We still are not cautioned. Caution is out.
They got cars out. We got to stop.
That's ours.
That's it. You can't. The race is over
because we took the white flag.
We're in the white flag lap. The race is over. Oh, looked like it.
McMurray moved up, but did he have help?
I think Junior may have. I don't know if Junior got in the back of McMurray and shot him up the hill or not. And then 40 car.
And then everybody.
And poor Streamy had a great run all day. Well, all these guys did really, but
Nemechek, the pole sitter.
Jimmy Johnson was involved. The 48 car.
Harvick, Casey Kane, Elliott Sadler.
that he needed to get to the lead to win the race yesterday. Oh, goodness. Boy, Jeff Gordon.
And around. He's car to the wall.
I think that was Jeff Gordon.
Here we go. 8, 9, 10 cars. Mark Martin's involved.
Man, you hate to see this early in the race.
I believe Jeff Gordon was the first car sent up and into the wall. Somebody
hit Jeff, and that guy started it. Look at that. Looks like a junkyard.
All right, boys. Let's go to the garage, see if we can get it fixed.
It's because it is. Oh,
Boyer.
Clint Boyer all torn up. Scott Riggs is in it. Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and more.
Bob.
Yeah, I hate that. The old Pepsi Challenger is getting opened up like a can of Pepsi.
Got Gilliland as he went around, who spun down off the nose of the 2.
Harvick. And look at Mark. Mark took a heck of a ride in the 5 car.
Now Casey Kane has climbed out of his car. He's okay. It's going to be easier to list the cars that were not involved.
Mike, when they went by here, and of course we'll see them on the track out here, that's half the field.
Most of the cars in the low groove up until then. Oh, Boyer took a hard shot after contact from Gilliland.
So did the 71. I mean, there are cars that were getting pounded in this race.
Up in the front of them, you get a little bump down the back straightaway.
Here we go.
Oh, trouble. Hard in the wall, Robbie Gordon. And around goes Jimmy Johnson.
Denny Hamlin's involved, Martin Truex Jr., David Stremme. This is version 2 of the big one.
Well, desperate men were starting to do some desperate things out there as the laps wound down.
Like I said, Mike, this is when you lay it all on the line. If you got it, use it. Everybody starts trying to figure out which line they want to go low, want to go high. Oh, Montoya.
Montoya got turned down the inside.
He got turned and
like Montoya was
there.
wanting to move around, and when he did, he just got clipped.
There's Mayfield's car in flames, the 41.
Not a very good day for Hendrick Motorsports. That's 3 of the cars that have been knocked out.
Oh, Montoya just got shoved into Bobby Labonte, and just like a croquet ball being sent, Robbie Gordon got shot into the inside wall.
Trying to be
trouble.
Sam Hornick, 77.
He got into
and Elliott Sadler was involved.
Menard, Stremme, and Kenseth.
Michael's going out there. He got damaged too as he went by.
The 36, the Tommy Baldwin car of Johnny Sauter.
Up on the outside there.
Way up high, the yellow car. That's Sauter. And around he goes.
Looks like that's
the
off
front
the
bumper
bumper
of Kyle Busch.
Yep. And of course, all these other guys down here on the inside. There's a lot of cars bouncing off of each other. Matt Kenseth gets a good bit of damage. One of the things that I didn't like about that last sequence of pit stops, fuel only, no tires. Somebody took 2, somebody took 4. Cars get a little bit off.
Look in the high lane. Michael Waltrip right behind Kyle Busch in the 55. Pow, gets it in the left front.
Boy, he did. That's a hard lick.
Oh, around goes Newman. Newman up into Logano. 5 cars into the wall. 7. Caution.
Caution is out. The race is not complete. Not complete.
Had to get to the white flag to be complete.
What did we say 30 laps ago? You said, Darrell, not sure if you want to be around Ryan Newman. His luck here is not very good.
And no disrespect to him as a driver.
Not at all.
He is just snake bit on these restrictor plate tracks. That's his 2nd car of the weekend.
4 wide. You see there's plenty of room
right there. Plenty of room. I think that Logano just got in. I think Logano thought he could give him a push, clear that pack of cars, and go to the front. And he got him in the wrong place. We saw Carl Edwards do this to Greg Biffle here a couple of years ago.
See Vickers in the 83 involved, a car that led a bunch of laps, and Casey Kane in the 9 just had recovered from the repairs from the last wreck. That's a hard lick on some of those cars.
I know so many times, we kind of slow things down so we can see what the fans at home and everybody can see what's going on.
Turn 3.
Record behind you.
Tommy Baldwin gets piled up.
Yellow.
With the 42 of
I think the
Montoya.
24's in there too.
Landon Castle, Martin Truex, Carl Edwards are all involved as 1 car slowed in the top lane. Terry Labonte and everybody else piled in. Ooh.
Looked like Blaney might have hooked.
Was that Castle?
Castle, I think it was, and that started that. And then Jeff Gordon gets pounded by Martin Truex Jr. He hit that wall hard, Jeff Gordon did.
Now he drove away. Jeff Gordon is okay. Here's another look. Almirola way down inside, and it was not Castle, but Almirola and Blaney who trigger this.
It almost looks like there was something wrong with Almirola's car, either out of fuel or something.
We were seeing a lot of drivers that appeared had something going on that last lap before this.
Boy, watch Jeff right here. He gets turned up the hill. Oh, now another problem.
Hamlin got into Allmendinger, who gets away, but behind them it's calamity. Keselowski and Busch get through behind Kenseth. Menard is wrapped up in it.
Yeah, that was just cars trying to get in position to get down into the corner. I think what threw everybody a curve, Larry, was that 17 restarting on the outside. Oh, AJ moved over and tried to block Hamlin. Hamlin got into Allmendinger, and that started the whole mess. I think it's a good shot right here, Mike. You see the 11s try to make a hole down the middle right there. Allmendinger said, y'all have no part of that, and that really is what caused the problem. Look at Dale Jr. work through there, the 21 car. Harvick's torn up. Smoke goes around. Let's see where Mikey is. He was back in there somewhere. Yep. There's the old Aaron's Dream Machine. Is it going to be a dream or is it going to be a nightmare? Come on. Oh, contact. Ow. More contact.
Just a chain reaction.
That's right with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Now, just remember
McMurray alongside and Stewart ahead.
I mean, Stewart gets wrecked big time. And Jr. is right behind him, and watch this. Woo, what a drive. That was a great move.
Crash in turn 1.
Huge crash. Unbelievable crash.
Kyle Busch got into the back of Casey Kane. Kane got turned into the wall as Busch tried to change lanes. And a lot of cars are really torn up.
And Kyle goes down. I think it's more like Kyle went down and Kane went up. They make a little light contact right here when Kyle looks like he's getting a push from Marcus Ambrose. Starts to move to the outside and catches the back of the 5 car Kane and sends him around. You see Jamie McMurray, and there goes the 29 of Harvick.
Hamlin got hit by
Ryan Vickers in it now. Yeah,
Hamlin's car. Vickers, Ruderman,
the 70.
Stewart.
Martin Truex Jr. in 56 just basically all but stopped to keep from getting in it. Jeff Burton, you just had talked about him in the 31.
Danica Patrick Gilliland, here it is again.
Yeah, it just gets on that right rear corner, and then Casey comes off corrects and comes right into the side of the 18 car of Kyle Busch, and then it's on from there.
Yeah, a lot of 16.
A lot of drivers running from third on back. We're involved.
Oh, there we go. There was no way.
Oh, it's Kurt Busch up and over. Boyer's in it. Bobby Labonte's in it. Stremmy's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the grass.
Nothing else coming from behind you.
And Kurt Busch went over and over.
Boyer, McMurray.
They're just, guys, I'm with Denny. And, you know, having been in these situations several times, there's no way you can race that way and make it. And running out of time. I mean, he's, you know, desperate. And you see the 36 move down just a little bit. And Yaley and Stenhouse thought he could squeeze by on the next to the wall, and he just couldn't make it. And this kid's ugly. Watch his thing.
Right on top of Ryan Newman.
Hadn't Ryan Newman had cars on top of him before here?
I think the 2009 race.
I think you're right.
Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards coming to the checkered flag.
Boyer's 15 comes up, clogs the track. Both Labonte brothers involved. Stremme.
Jamie
Number of those
McMurray.
smaller teams on the way to a good finish here.
Jeff Gordon sliding down through the mud.
Now watch the 36. The red and white car comes up just a little bit. And that contact with Stenhouse was enough. Then he comes down into Ambrose, and it's on.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 just squeezed by.
There's Danica. She almost went over.
You see Danica up and against the wall with Terry Labonte. Crash out of turn number 4. Brad Keselowski in front of Trevor Bayne. Contact. And a big pileup.
We saw this. We
Scott.
saw this coming, Mike. We've been seeing this coming. They've been getting more and more aggressive. Boy, it looked like the two just started to get loose. I'm not so sure that there was any contact. Almost looked like the two just started to get loose all on his own. See him right here. See, Keselowski looks like he's getting loose, almost like something happened to his car, like maybe a flat tire or something.
He definitely wiggled quite a bit before that car broke loose.
Yeah.
Look at the 20 of Matt Kenseth trying to stay out of it. Alex Bowman behind him.
Moved up against the wall, still inside. Tie behind you?
Not at all.
Okay. Well, that'll finish. Let me know you're all right here. Hold on.
You're riding with Jeff Gordon through this pileup at lap 137.
Oh, there's a car. Who is that? The 48?
Oh, Logano's in it.
Yep, the
and
48.
Busch and Reagan and more.
The 48 broke loose. Looked like something may have happened to it. Damage, we know that. It's got the whole back of the car taped up. Yeah, you see right there? It just starts going around all by itself.
And that was all but in the same area that Brad Keselowski and the 2 car broke loose earlier.
Very, very similar look.
You got a little bit of Ricky Stenhouse's 17, and then the 22 of Logano, the 41 of Busch, the 34 of Reagan, and the 95 of McDowell all pile up. So a 6-car jam session at lap 174.
Look at Ryan Newman at 31. He came to a complete stop. You can see he stopped so fast the car almost spun out with him.
And the 7 of Michael Annett just squeaked through here.
You see the 48 back here, and he has a lot of rear damage. And Larry and I were talking about the back of the car maybe down a little bit, which would take that spoiler out of the air, make it fast, but make it hard to drive.
Austin Dillon, nice job of getting through there as well.
Kurt Busch.
You'll see Newman and Annett and Danica Patrick and all those drivers that were hanging out back.
Well, Brad Keselowski's won here.
Car to the wall, turn 1 hard.
Oh, that's going to be big. Big.
Oh, huge wreck.
Everybody.
They're still running into each other. Newman's on fire.
13 cars got away. Everybody else is in it. Right up into Paul Menard.
Just gets it a little bit on that corner, and it turns a 48 dead right.
Yeah, sort of like the 48 was turning a little bit to the right. The 41 was turning a little bit to the left, and that little bit of contact.
What a shame. Look at all those cars.
You can see the hood flap coming up in the air on the 41 as he got close to the 41. So you're also losing front downforce if you're the car behind. You're taking the air off of the car in front of you. Really lightens the back of that car up as well. Then you make contact.
Here it is in real time.
Wow. Hammered that wall.
We're gonna have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHunt, just told him it's time to be greedy.
There he goes. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, upside,
Side down.
side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there. I don't think there's any issue with him.
Yeah, you just can't push on the left side of that rear bumper.
Well, you just can't keep pushing. He got into the 24 and just kept on pushing.
And here is the initial contact. You see Chase's car yawed out just a tiny bit in the corner.
And they got him loose.
All it takes.
That's the one. He was going to save it till that last little bump.
I was just going to say, AJ, just be a little patient here. We got a little ways to go yet, and you got a pretty good car. Wow.
In a moment.
This is amazing footage, folks.
Incredible camera work.
And just remember, there's a driver in every one of those cars. Watch it.
Well, that's a long, slow roll for Allmendinger. And look, both those cars end up pretty much together, along with the mess that was Logano's car and Michael McDowell's. And let's show you this in real time. Wow. Talladega, world's fastest junkyard.
9:48.
Oh, they're spinning.
Oh, Menard up and into Boyer, into the wall. Gets collected by McDowell.
Oh, no,
Keselowski crashes, and more cars are littered at the bottom of the racetrack.
Guys, I think that somebody may have gotten loose and got either into Jimmy Johnson or his car got loose and came down. You can see us. Oh, I don't know. I think that's the 48 as a right front fender. The 24 got close to the left rear, just pushed that air in that left rear and brought it around.
Wow. Ray Gaulding shoots the middle and makes it. Wow. And they just keep piling up.
Wow. Unbelievable. You see Bubba there on the right of the screen. Don't think he hit anything.
So you see the 24 starts coming up. Look, it just seems like the air changed and allowed that 48 to just get loose.
Yeah, the 48 and the 24. I think the 24 may have gotten on the brakes and that caused his car to get loose. But I don't know what happened to Johnson. That thing just turned sideways. And I've seen that time and time again up there in turn 3.
Casey Kane shoots through the black car with the yellow number on top.
Just don't see it happening. That 9 car is in the driver's seat.
Oh, Stenhouse.
Stenhouse pounds the wall, but they took the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank, under green. Stenhouse.
No caution, is it?
Trying to get away. Yet. Here they come. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece. Logano on the outside. Oh, and Byron's around. He crashes. Caution is out.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by the 42 of Larson.
Man.
Kyle Larson, Jeffrey Earnhardt with heavy damage, and William Byron.
Man.
On the last lap.
Well, that was really scary looking. That 42's floating through the air as he made it impact to that inside wall.
Well, these 3 Chevy drivers did as ordered, worked together, and with the checkered flag, Chase Elliott has brought the Elliott name back to victory lane at Talladega.
Great job.
Chevy, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great effort, guys. Thank you so much.
So this is coming off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Oh, yeah, you can just see, it looks like the 38 goes up the racetrack, makes contact with the 24 Byron. And that sends Jeffrey Earnhardt and Kyle Larson. Look at the air get under the right rear of the 42.
Wow.
Heavy contact with that right front. Left front.
That safer barrier was there. Thank goodness for that. But watch this thing. Once it starts flipping, it's like a feather. It just won't stop.
It looks like the 38 of Reagan just, I don't know if he gets loose or something. You know, obviously the car wasn't in the racetrack right there, sent him up the racetrack.
Wow.
Pretty lucky right there. William Byron didn't go upside down as you saw the car get up off the ground and then settle back down, but that was not the case for the 42 of Larson.
That's a ride, buddy.
Yeah, this is after they took the white flag right here. You saw David Reagan just, you know, he came up the racetrack, lost some control of the car, maybe with the front, got into the side of the 24 of Byron, started all this mess and sent the 42 of Larson under that inside wall and flipping.
Bye.